welcome back. This is Natasha. So today is the last video in the part 2 card series for the My Hero Arts January 2019 card kit. So something's going on and I couldn't get my camera to film the beginning part of this, but what I did was I took some heavyweight cardstock. It's kind of like it's a very heavyweight, kind of like a manila folder, I guess you could say. And I took that with the die cut that came in the kit that cuts out this easel. And what I did was make a shape card. So I cut 2 pieces of the cardstock with that die cut. And then you saw that I had scored the back part of it. And then I added some liquid glue. And then I let that sit and let it dry. And it opened up and it's a beautiful shape card that can stand up like an easel. And so I took the second part of the die, which cuts out this little square piece that fits perfectly inside of that little easel die cut. And I cut that out of black cardstock. I'm prepping my surface with some powder tool. And then I'm gonna stamp on my sentiment and heat emboss it with some white embossing powder. And I did want to leave some of the specks of the embossing powder instead of flicking it all off, because it gives it that real organic chalkboard like feel to it. And so I just kind of left that and then heat set everything on there. Okay, and then as soon as I finish heat setting it, I'm just going to show you how it looks on top of the easel. Really cute, fits perfectly, looking like a blackboard. So I'm going to take some, Simon says stamp white ink, and I'm going to be using my blending tool and just blend on a little bit of the the white ink, just to make it look like it really is a true chalkboard. I don't want to get the white blending too what am I trying to say? Too intense. Like I want to keep it very subtle, because I don't want it to overpower the blackness of the chalkboard look. Okay, so I'm also going to take my card base and I'm going to take some vintage photo distress ink and I'm going to be blending that onto the sides of all around the card. Just giving it that little bit of pop, you know, making it look real, basically. As real as I can get it. Okay, so I'm going to take some foam adhesive and I'm going to be adding that to the back of my chalkboard piece, and I'm going to be adding that onto my card front and trying to get that as centered as I possibly can. And that is that, and it's perfect. Oh my goodness, it came out so good. So now I'm just going to kind of fiddle around, and I left some of this in the video because, you know, just the thought process of what I went through. So I did think I wanted to put that little like planter thing and then add some flowers in there, and then I decided I'm gonna try something else, and I put that planter there. And you know, sometimes you just have to do that, just lay everything out and just kind of go back and forth and lay it in place and see if it works, and if it does, keep it in mind, try something else. You know, it's just all part of the creative process. It's kind of nice. Okay, so I took that shimmery purple cardstock and I die cut that with my mini hearts die cut. Now guys, if you are a new person to card making, I have to say that getting a small or a mini hearts die cut set is a must. It is, you just use it on so many projects. And honestly, for me, that's all I use on the inside of my cards. I don't like to stamp a sentiment inside of my cards because I feel like it's very personal to whoever's going to receive it and whoever is the giver of the card. So I like to leave that space completely open as much as I possibly can. So I just end up putting just a couple of hearts on the inside of the cards, just to show pull in a little bit of the creativity from the card front into the inside. Okay, so this is actually what I decided. I had some foil foam gold leaves stickers, and I just put four of the stickers on the two corners, the bottom left and the top right. And I loved it, the simplicity but the elegance of it. And then I just added some of the flowers, the flower die cuts that I had, put something heavy on it to hold it in place while it dries. So I just used some liquid adhesive, and then I'm putting that in the middle of the gold leaves there. Really simple and just gorgeous. So I did add some of the purple hearts on there, and then using some of this Nouveau drops in white, I'm going to be adding that to the centers of the flowers. And I can see right now that my beautiful is crooked. Oh gosh. Such a beautiful card, and then the beautiful is crooked. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it still looks great and it stands. Look at that. Oh, wonderful. I'm just gonna tack it up to originality. I don't know, creativity. It's crooked. All right, moving on to card number 2. So I wanted to use this little piece of cardstock that they, Hero Arts attaches your stamps and dies to. And I really like this front of the store, like the storefront. So I'm going to try to use that as for my next card. So I'm just going to cut off that part on the right-hand side that says My Hero Arts. I cut that out, threw that piece away. And then I'm just going to actually take a Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle die, the largest one that I have. And I'm just going to fiddle around. I'm going to see where I think I want to die cut on this piece of paper. So I did kind of fiddle around with it a bunch. And I end up going like this way here. I didn't do that. And so I cut that out with my Big Shot. And I have this die cut from Elizabeth Crafts, I think, and it's a happy birthday one. And so I took this green shimmer cardstock. It's like a greenish yellow, but it matched really good with all the greenery in this picture here. So I'm going to cut out the happy birthday with that. And this card is super simple, like really, really simple. And because it's really glossy, because it's an actual, glossy paper, you can't really embellish it too much. Like anything you're going to add, it's going to basically wipe away. So I just decided to put the die cuts, keep it really simple, add some liquid adhesive. And what I wanted to do is take this happy, because it's real scripty, and kind of like layer it over the birthday, giving it that really cool, creative pop, just something artsy. So since I couldn't really add too much, I decided to add the flat sequence in clear, and I just I think I added 5 in a couple of random spots, just around the happy birthday. But it gives it that little something without having to do too much. Because I was going to add some Nouveau drops, but I figure it's not going to look good because the paper's so glossy. So there it is. Just putting some of the sequins on. And then I'm just going to take one of the pink cardstocks that came in the card kit, the light pink one, and I'm going to fold that down into a card base and add this card front onto the card base. And that, we'll call it for card number 2. And so I'm just going to show you a little closer. See how shiny the cardstock is? So I couldn't really add anything on it. All right, so let's move on to the last card. Sorry, that wasn't card number 2. That was card number 5. So let's move on to card number 6, the last card in this series. So what I did was I made a little grid. I just made 3 squares on the top, middle, and bottom. So I just wanted to, my idea was to kind of just fill it with a bunch of flowers and a bunch of pots, and that's exactly what I did. So sorry that I filmed it and the top part of my card is kind of off screen. I'll get it together, you guys, I promise. But anyway, taking the pots, I'm going to be adding that on with some liquid adhesive. And then I'm going to just pop up the flowers with a little bit of foam tape. I just kind of want to give it like dimension in a couple of different spots, just be real random with it. You know, some of it I glued down with liquid adhesive, some of it I glued on with some foam tape. So it's just got a bunch of dimension in like random spots. Okay, so after I finished gluing everything, I wanted to lay out my sentiment. And so my sentiment says, "You're beautiful." And what I did was stick that into my MISTI because I had everything already placed down and glued down. So I didn't want to make a mistake at this point in my stamping. So put in my MISTI, picked up the stamps, and then I'm going to be using my VersaFine black onyx. And I'm just going to ink up my stamps and swing that door shut. And I thought I was going to have to do it like 2 or 3 times because of the dimension, but like voila, one time, boom, it's done, it's gorgeous. And so I just left it. Okay, so you're beautiful. And so what I wanted to do was just add some embellishments. I'm going to take that pink glimmer lacquer pen that came in the kit, add that to my pink roses. I'm going to add some Nuvo drops. I'm going to add some glossy accents. And I did add some Wink of Stella, the shimmer pen. I added that to all of the flower pots, and then I believe to the yellow tulips. But yeah, look at that. It's just, and the embellishments are just on point. It's just super cute. I'm trying to show you the shimmer on the pots and stuff, the buckets, but maybe you can see it on the top left hand. But anyway, it's really shimmery and it's gorgeous. It's just beautiful. Came out perfect. Okay, so here are some still shots of the 3 cards that I made today. I'm super excited about them. Came out really nice, and like I said, I did try to gear it more towards birthday cards than Valentine's Day cards. I do actually have to make a couple of Valentine's Day cards. I have a couple of friends that need some Valentine's Day cards for their loved ones, and then I want to make some for my husband, my kids, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a couple, but at least I got like 6 really good birthday cards out of this kit. So I will catch you on the next video, which is gonna be exciting because guys, I hit 200 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I am so happy, and I love the fact that you all love what I do. I love my creativity. I'm so honored and I'm so humbled. Thank you guys so much. So I'm going to do a fun video for the next video. I'm going to do a guest appearance with my next video. It's going to be fun, so stay tuned for the 200 subscriber video. Mahalo nui loa, and I'll catch you on the next video.